Hi there, welcome back to FPL Focus. It's me, Paul, and this is my team selection video. I'm going to share with you my 64-point game week. Get in there. I'm also going to share with you my transfer plans for this week because with a triple city attack and no bench to talk of, I need to do something for my bench this week. So if it's a budget defender you're after, then follow me. Okay, so first up, let's have a look and see who got me my points last week. Well, Pickford in goal. He got his 2. It's a bit of a theme running on here, isn't there? Sheffield United away. Let's hope he does better this week. Estupinian, the final one of his good 3 fixtures, and they get beat by West Ham. A cheeky little 1-pointer, but not affecting me massively, seeing as he's so highly owned. 64% of teams. Ben Chilwell with his clean sheet, 6 points. I'm waiting for that attacking return. Got one in his first game week, but I'm waiting for that clean sheet and an attacking return. And maybe this week's the one. Fingers crossed. And then my superstar, brought in last week, £4.5 million defender. He was going to be on the bench with Luke Shaw starting, but with Luke Shaw's injury, I swapped them before the deadline. I mean, it would have happened anyway, and he played, so he wasn't subbed in, and he got me at 12 points, which is fantastic, because he's very low owned, and part of the reason I've had a rank gain this week, I do believe. In midfield, Odegaard got me 2 points. Saka came in with his 8 points, and he took a penalty. So, who is on penalties for Arsenal? Are they going to share them depending on the game and where they're at? Or is Saka the penalty taker and Odegaard just took one? We shall see. In midfield, Phil Foden give me the EBGBs, not starting the game, but he came on, and to be fair, coming on, he got an assist, and I can't argue because he did better than some of the players who played the full 90 minutes. That's what he's got in his locker. Hopefully, he gets a start this week. Rashford starting to come with the points. I'm glad I held on to him. 7 points there for him, and Bruno with a lovely 12-pointer. If you abandoned him last week, then I do feel sorry for you. But he got a goal, assist, although he did get a yellow card, but all 3 bonus points for Bruno. Moving on into my captaincy. How did Haaland miss a penalty? Anyway, he scored, so can't argue with that. He got 8 points. Wasn't brilliant. This is his week, I do believe. The next haul is coming, as it is for Alvarez. 8 shots he had in that game. Could have had an assist as well for the penalty if that had been converted. Still a hang on for me, and some lovely fixtures moving up. The bench, though, is where my problems are. I mean, maybe I should have played Turner from Forest instead of Pickford. I would have got an extra point, but I've got Shaw, who's injured with 0 points. Bayer, who's injured with 0 points. And Mbama, who got minutes pre-season but doesn't seem to have made it onto the pitch as yet, or got any points for me at all. So another poor option. So I am really struggling with my bench options this week, and I really don't like the fact I've got 3 City players. Yes, they've got a great fixture, but sometimes we know what Pep's like, and he was on the phone the whole way through the game. He'll be choosing the team. He could rest one of them, and he does tend to do things like that as well. So I don't think so. Fingers crossed. But I do need to have a first bench option. So what does that look like? Well, that was my total point, 64. So in goal, I'm keeping hold of Pickford. Sheffield United away. They've been really poor since they've come up, really. As have we, to be honest with you. But a little bit of hope from the second half against Doncaster last night. We've needed a striker. It'll give all the fans a lift. Beto's come in, and hopefully that makes a difference to us. Estupinian with a home fixture against Newcastle. Didn't get the points against West Ham last week, but he's not a priority for me to get rid of at all. I'm going to keep him. You know, there's every chance he can get an attacking return against Newcastle, who conceded twice last week as well. They are at home. They will look to right what went wrong for them last week, I'm sure, and he will, I would imagine, be a big part of that. Ben Chilwell, £5.8 million up against Notts Forest, the left winger. Not much to say there. He stays. Absolutely Chelsea's good run of fixtures. And then my new main man in defence, Udogi, I don't know. £4.6 million away to Burnley, who have started very poorly as well in life in the Premier League. Compared to the other teams in the Premier League, that is, of course. Into midfield, and I've got Odegaard and Saka as my Arsenal double up, and Phil Foden in the middle up against Fulham. I'm going to talk about the Arsenal players along with the Man United players because I was a bit worried about this, so I've had a look back and seen some of their games, and in all honesty, the last 2 seasons, there's been goals galore. There's been 4 or 5 goals in every single game, if you discount the pre-season friendly they had this summer. But prior to that, it was either 3-1, 3-2, with the home team winning the games. So there's goals all round. Odegaard scored in 1 2 seasons ago. Saka's had about 3 goals in that time. Rashford's had 2 or 3 goals. Fernandes has had assists and goals in that time as well. So these players are the ones that like to step up in these games. Particularly, I'm hoping to see a good attacking return from Odegaard this week. He does seem to like the big games and likes to shoot from distance, doesn't he? And he's got a great shot on him. So that is what I'm hoping for in midfield this week. A massive return is owed to me and all of us from this big man here, Erling Haaland, up against Fulham at home. This is the week where he gets a 15-pointer, surely. Easily. And then Alvarez alongside him. He's got to convert one of those chances this week, I would think so. Turner's still on the bench alongside Shaw, Bayer and Mbama, which brings me to my transfer thoughts this week. I haven't made the transfer yet, but what I'm currently on and what I'm planning to do is for Shaw to go out and Jared Branthwaite to come in. Yes, he's an Everton. I've got a double Everton defence. The plan is to move Pickford on in the long term. I'm just going to see how the dust settles after the transfer window shuts for a different £4.5 million goalkeeper. Our fixtures turn a little bit after game week 7 or 8. So, yeah, he will be replaced in the long term. Branthwaite will be my first bench option. He started last week. Man of the match performance for Everton when he played. And he did have a high XGI as well, 0.37 according to SofaScore. So very happy with that. He's massive. And whilst we're not guaranteed for clean sheets at the minute, we've not had one all season. I'm hoping they're coming. We're definitely due one. But he's an attacking threat, and I think he's going to be scoring the odd goal here and there as well. So he's a bench option. I think he's a little bit more nailed on than some of the others, and I think he's possibly got a little bit more opportunity to score, and he's an Everton player as well. So maybe that's a bad reason. Do let me know in the comments below if you think that's a bad shout. Have I got my blue glasses on? The reason I'm not going for Gusto, by the way, is because Reece James is back. Otherwise, Gusto would have been the natural choice there, to be honest with you. It also leaves me, and I don't know if I'm going to do this, but it also leaves me with the exact money to transfer out Estupinian this week, because their fixtures are not very good whatsoever. They've got, City, Liverpool and United as well, and Newcastle in the next 6 game weeks. So their fixtures aren't great. I'm not seeing lots of clean sheets there. Maybe some attacking returns. And I will have the exact money for Kieran Trippier to replace them. So I'll then have Kieran Trippier, Chilwell, Udogi, and then Branthwaite as my first backup defensive choice. And then I will look to bring in and see who else is doing well in the 4 million bracket to replace Bayer in the near future. And maybe Mbama goes to Cameron Archer, the new £4.5 million forward over at Sheffield United. But we shall see about that. That's a few transfers down the line. Right then, guys, that is my team. Thank you very much for joining me. You can subscribe to my channel here by clicking my FPL Focus logo. And you can also follow me on Twitter, Paul Livesey at FPL__focus. Check this vid out. All right, see you later then. Take care. Thanks a lot. Don't forget to subscribe. Oh, thumbs up are always good as well. All right then. Cheers. See you later.